Actually, I'm presenting something on the advanced Java. Do you have any knowledge about Java programming? Okay. So actually, I'm just creating a simple project in the web application development using the servlets. So servlet actually is a web component. If you listen about the web component, there are other web components are also available in Java programming, like your JSP, and servlet is one of them. So you will understand it. It would be a little bit small application of the client and server interaction. I will forward my data from client to the server using the HTTP protocol. So HTTP protocol I will create a simple form using the HTML or JSP. After that, we'll enter some details in the form, and on the behalf of that, I will use some methods that is available in the form. And on the behalf of that, I will just send the data from client to server, and that would be the simple demo for today's session. So here I'm using a NetBean ID. Actually, there are multiple IDs available in the market. We can take anyone from the internet. It is available free of cost. So I'm using the NetBeans ID. We can use the Eclipse also, but for this demo, I'm using the NetBeans. So here there's a file option available to create a simple web application in the NetBeans. So here it is a project, a new project, right? So in the new project, there's an option available, Java Web. So we are going to develop a simple web application, demo application. So here we'll choose the Java Web. Here there's an option, first option, web application. So we'll go for that. Is there next option? Next button we need to use. So here I'm just, giving the application name, web application name, and I'm just giving the demo. Okay. Kasha, demo Kasha. Is the name of my web application. Just click on this next button, and here you will get some options available, like which server you want to use for this application. So when we installed the software, we have just options that we have multiple options to select, like we can add a single Glassfish server, or if I want to add some other server, I can do that. So I have configured all the things earlier. So you can see we have two servers available. One is Apache and another one is the Glassfish server. Okay, so I'm choosing the Glassfish server for this demo, and here is the context path for my application. So this will be visible when we run the application. After that, just click on the next button, and here are some frameworks available. So like Spring Framework, JSF, I want to add Struts, Hibernate. So these are some frameworks. They are the optional part actually. If we are looking for a demo and just develop some application using this servlet, JSP, GSTL database, so we can do without using the frameworks, right? So we just not using this type of options available and just doing a simple web app. Just click on the finish button. So if you see that, yeah, demo Kasha. Yeah, here is my web application, right? So you can see it is being divided into some type of structure of the web application. So here are some, you can see some folders, and every folder has a specific meaning. So the web pages contains only the web pages, like your JSP page, like your HTML, JS. So these type of web pages would be here, and there's a source package. Source package would be the part of your Java code. So whenever you are doing some type of coding of Java, like you want to create some servlet, any POJO file, any JDBC connection, so you will put in the source package. Another folder is a library folder. Library folder, actually, you will just see that you are using the JDK 1.8 to work on this project, and we have added a Glassfish server. So in the library, whatever the external library you are adding to complete your project, to run your project, so you can add in the library section. So suppose in the libraries, I would like to discuss more. Like if you want to add the database connectivity with this application, so you need to add the JDBC library, right? So you need to add some drivers in the library part, and that will enable to you to connect this application, your web application, to the database also. So, and the last one is the configuration files. Actually, when we develop any web application, so we need some support files in the project. So those configuration files contains like manifest file, that is a support file, and you will see other type of files, like your web.xml files. We'll discuss it later. So let me open the web pages, and web pages contains an HTML page. This is the by default page, right? Here is a div in the body section. So if you have a little bit knowledge about the HTML, so this is the structure of the HTML page with the extension .html. The head section, we can give the title of the application of this particular page. So just adding a demo Kasha demo page, right? So it will be visible when we run the application in the browser. Okay. So the head section is the body section, right? So body, in the body, let me write a simple message first, right? Welcome to the like employee management system. Okay. So if you run this application, let me check. Is it visible? There's an option available, run file. Just click on this and it will just start the run our application. Right, so you can see on the screen that the application is being running. So once it run, then you will get the output of the HTML page. Welcome to the employee management system. So now it is being a simple text message. So let me do some modification in the text. So beautify this particular text. And we need to create the form also. So I'm adding some style. So using a style, right? So style, you can use a background color for this text. So I'm using a background color. There's a color chooser option available. You can choose the color of the background. So I'm using this color for the background color. Right. Okay, I'm also let text, use the text align center, so it would be available in the center. So let's see again the output, and here you can see maybe live trans clause. Okay, so you can see this is the style we have added. Now just I'm using, because it would be a heading, so I'm using the heading tag here. right? So it would be visible in the, yes, look like this. So now my idea is to create a form and just transfer the data of this form to the server side, right? So for the server side, I will use a servlet. So it's time to create a form. So I'm creating a form in the body section. So use a forms tag, and you can give the name of this form if you want to add some validation using the JavaScript, right? So for this, I am using the my form name. I'm using the action when I click on the button of this form, so it will go to the action part. So I will just give the name of the servlet. Let me left it blank now, right? There's a method I will use on which STD protocol method I will use to send the data from time to server. Right? So, okay. So let me give a name, my servlet. Let me give a controller servlet, login controller. That would be my and method will take the get. Get is a default method. If we don't use the method equals to get, so by default would be get itself. So now create a form. Let add some fields in the form. So input type equals to text, right? Give the name of this. So it would be a username and close it. Copy this. Another one would be the password. So change the name as username. It will be the password. So I'm taking two fields now. One is the username for login and one would be the password. So using a label here, right, or display the value like enter username, okay, and label enter password. So using a sum, okay, use a break line to display the field name into different, you know, line. After that, create a button, input type equals to, use a submit button and give the value login, right? So this is the form we need to create. Let run this application now, and yeah, you can see. So you have created a form, right? Okay. So let me use a center the element. Yeah, now all the fields being centered. So login, put the login into the next line button, right? So now it would be in the next line, right? So now it is look like good. And if you want to be give more space vertically, right? So it would look like that. So you can create another button in the same line. That is the reset. Okay, so give another button as a reset to reset the values of the form. Give the value reset to the reset button and it would be reset, right? So open and see, now we have two buttons. If I want to give the space, so I can use the and NBSP and NBSP. It will give us the space between two buttons. Yeah. Right. So now you can see. So we have two fields. One is username and password, and another one is a button. When I click, when I will enter some details and send the data to the server side. So I need to create a server side component, that is the server. So our form is ready to send the data. Now I need to create a receiver end of this data at the server. So here web pages folder, we have done the work in the index.html. Now come to the source package. So in the source package, now create a new package so that we can put the Java data, Java file in that particular package. So create a Java package, click on Java package and give the login controller. Login. Right. Click on finish button. So now you can see in the source package, here login controller package is being created. Now click on this, create a new servlet, server side component. Just click, just see there's a servlet option available here. Just click on this. So give, this is the login controller actually, right? So give the login controller. Okay. So I'm copying this name, class name, because I want to put into the form field, form action. Just next and add information of the servlet in the container deployment descriptor. Click on this. Yeah, you can see the pre-coded servlet is being visible on the screen, but we need to modify it according to requirement. So first go to the index.html and this is the servlet name is login controller. So I need to copy this particular name of this class. This is the Java code, servlet code, right? So Control C and in the field right here, just paste the in the action value would be your login control, right? So this work has done. Now I'm just want to customize this servlet. So here in the heading section, I'm just changing something here. I'm just adding a message for the reference, just for checking, or you can say testing my servlet, my data is, I mean, my control is being going to the server side or not. So for this, I am just adding a message, welcome to server side programming, right? So Control S and go back to the this part and refresh this web page, right? Just adding some value, right? Enter some value like hello and password 1234. Just check and click yeah, you can see when I click on the button, I'm just uh, hitting the server side component, and my request is just coming to the server. So I just wrote welcome to the server side programming, and it is now visible. So this is the interaction of the client and server. But my idea is to take the values of the client, whatever they are input into the form, and retrieve all the values in the server side, right? So I'm just hitting the server and getting into the server side, but I want to retrieve the data that was input by the client, right? So yeah, so I'm just again going back to the coding part here. So we need to carefully see that I want to retrieve the data of the username and password in the server. So I just retrieve the values on the behalf of the name. So here you can say I just given the username value as username and password value as password. So here I am just using these values in the server side. So username is the first one. So go to the servlet, right? Here in the body, yeah, process request method here after this line, or yeah, here. Do one thing, use the request object. Request is object. You can see this is a object to the HTTP servlet request. Request dot the get parameter method actually, and here you need to use the name of the field you have taken in the HTML form, right? So username I have taken, right? So it will return a string value. So string, yeah, name, you can give it username, and similar for the password. So again, request dot get parameter and use the password, the name of the field we have used in the form, HTML form, password, right? So just take this into a variable, it's the password. So both the values we have retrieved in the server, I mean in the servlet, server side component. So now I'm adding a new line here. So whatever name you have been, it has been given into the form at the time of login. So that value I will display here. So welcome to server side programming, right? So I'm just giving hello, or you can say hi. And after that, I need to use it plus plus. This is the syntax of Java, and username I want to, right? So let me check. Yeah, there's a no username, name we have given, right? So name, you can see the name is matching. So you can see the color is being changed, right? So it is matching with the name. So I'm just going back to the form, refresh your web page, enter some values, like I'm just adding a Rahul, right? And password I'm adding. Now password I will change it. It is visible. It should not be visible. So just click on this and you can see, hi Rahul, right? So you just retrieving your login values to the server side. And here, if these values are available here, so that I can just create a JDBC connection and put the values in the database also, right? So here, do changes, and if you want to put some other value, right? You don't want to use around. like Amit, you want to add, right? Just click on login button. You will see the Amit. So it's a dynamic value. Whatever you will enter in the client, you can get into the server. The server side, you will see the result. Another name you can take, like Tom. So you will see the Tom here. Okay. So if you want to change some, like it's a black and white screen you are visible in the server side. You want to change some details. I mean, you want to add some style here. So I'm just doing one thing. In the body, I'm just changing the background, BG color. Give the cyan color to it. Just change. Yeah, you can see the changes in the background, right? When you click and you see the changes in the background. So it would be a very simple client and server model based web application in which we just enter the details in the client side, and when I click on the button, so I will just transfer all my data to the server side, and in the server side I'm using the servlet as a server side web component.